Hello, welcome back to our MekHQ campaign, Raven Acquisitions. In the last episode, we fought a pretty big battle, which was the main objective of the whole mission here. We still need to get a positive campaign victory points going here, and we need to basically finish up scouting the rest of the map. And that would essentially close out the contract. However, we can opt to stick around for a while longer since we have actual salvage happening. This is a chance for us to capture some units to use. And in that note, there is one setting that I would really like to change. And we're going to use our discretion here to do so. So we're going to go to campaign settings. And this is for the fun of the campaign because it's really kind of tedious waiting around 4, 5, 6 months. I'm not sure how long in order to get mech part like leg replacements and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. We're going to go to planetary. We're going to go to the delivery scale here, and we're going to toggle it from months to weeks. So hopefully, hopefully, that will essentially allow us to get the spare parts, get the armor, get the weapons and stuff we want, um, get like mechs and things we order. Maybe I'm not sure about that. This is for acquisition and delivery, so that should be it. But that should allow us to go from like 4 months for a part to arrive to like 4 weeks, which is still plenty of time. Like it's still a whole month. It's not an instant sort of thing, but it should be a nice quality of life improvement here. It's the first time we're doing this, so we're kind of feeling our way along. So now we're going to advance a day. We're going to go over here and check the repair bays and see what needs to be fixed. We have a lot of mechs that are currently out. I'm not going to go and order the legs for these now. We're just going to let it happen naturally, essentially. I keep saying essentially. Why do I do that all the time? That must be so annoying. Here's the Awestruck. So yeah, it does need a replacement leg. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 mechs that are down. That is half of our unit that is down with missing legs. Quite frustrating, quite annoying. We look at our table of organization and equipment. Charlie Lance is down to just 2 mechs. Baker Lance is doing pretty good, and Abel Lance is down to also 2 mechs. So we have to make the most of what we have with Baker Lance. We got to be judicious in our usage of our units here. So let's deploy our patrol. Okay, nothing there. Charlie Lance has returned. Okay. We have one mech leg has arrived. That's probably the Centurion leg that we ordered way back during the last mission. It has arrived. So we're going to use our elite technician. That's still going to be a hard job. So we're going to move the move it to our, well, it's already in a basic, I was going to say we change it to a basic facility, which would essentially it'd be a like a dropship hangar. So it's in the dropship hangar already. So we're to keep it there. We don't have maintenance. We're currently on an enemy planet, so we have to do the task and hope that she succeeds. She's failed. Give her another try. Replaced. Okay, awesome. That was greatly needed. I'm gonna find some technicians who have some extra time and can also do the job. Go with regular tech, regular tech, and regular. Nope. How about this regular tech? Boom. We have a functional centurion. We can go to the. We're going to assign that directly to Able Lance. So let's add the centurion here. And we will take the Warhammer and the Ostrock out and the Wasp. And we also take the Awesome out. We're taking out everything that's legged so they don't show up in a mission. Want to advance a day. Check out, well, this is the old personnel market. Nothing here for us, really. I'll close that out. Although having another logistical guy would not hurt. Let's keep going. Some armor has arrived. A scenario has popped up. It's down here. So let's scout that actually. When is that happening? That's happening 3 days from now. It's a 0 day 1 day turnaround period. So we're going to deploy the scout. We're going to advance a day. Then deploy the scout again. There we go. Then we advance a day. And we can deploy the scout one more time. And that gives us an idea. It looks like water. That does look like water. So it's a frontline engagement. The enemy is fully committed to battle. Our mission is to break their offensive by defeating at least 50% of their forces, and the enemy morale is advancing. We can expect a determined enemy response that will not withdraw easily. The victor will control the battlefield. We have to attack Free Worlds League Op 4. We have some allied artillery. Pretty cool. So what do we engage these with? I do like the idea of engaging with Baker Lance. But in order to do that, we're going to put the Centurion from Baker Lance into Able Lance, and we're going to bring this Centurion in. He's a slightly better pilot. That gives us the Centurion. Too bad I can't. There we go. This is the Orion and the Centurion as our main punch. And then we've got the Phoenix Hawk as a. Why can't I order these? I'd like to. It won't let me. But that gives us the Phoenix Hawk and the Vulcan that can jump around. This is the best we can come up with at the moment. Confirm. And we could also bring another Centurion as backup. But it's probably not necessary. But we're going to commit to what we have. That way we're keeping Able Lance, there. We're essentially keeping it available to us. So we're going to go to the briefing room. We're going to. This is not a. This is not a. What do they call them? Turning point. This is not a turning point mission either. Just a fight. All right, let's go. Enough dilly-dallying around. Luckily, we've captured the artillery base, so now we have artillery reinforcements on the map. I did not look and see what kind of map we're going to be on. It's a hot sea. Sea hot desert. Interesting. We have artillery that's going off board. So they'll be firing from off board. The enemy starts southwest. Let's go. Done. Enemy starts southwest. Pretty small map. I like it. We're going to put the Orion. We've learned our lesson about. Nope, where's our Orion at? Here he is. Put him here. We're going to put our Phoenix Hawk back here. He's pretty fast. We'll put the Vulcan back here. And the Centurion right there. And it looks like we are up against a Yep, the artillery is firing. You can see where it's coming from off board and it's targeting this hex. And that is a Hermes and a Phoenix Hawk. So they're both pretty mobile. Let's move this over here for now. All right. We're just moving, using up some of our initiative that we got here. I can go like this and get 5 hexes of movement, which gives us a +2. I can do the same thing here. And the artillery is not going to be landing anywhere near these guys for the first few turns probably. So we have a better chance of knocking down the Hermes too for sure. So it's just fire for large laser. We need 11s, but it costs no ammo. 9, we'll take that. The Orion pilot is the best pilot we have in the whole unit. Profit AC2 at them, and then this thing here is 13s and 11. Why not? Off we go. We might get lucky. Nah. Fair enough. This should be a fairly easy battle if nothing too strange happens. The Centurion into the forest. And then the Vulcan's gonna slip southish here. Just kind of skirmish at long range with his autocannon. Make use of these forests to give us a +1. Yep. Artillery is going this way and that. And it's still 9s to hit. Let's stick with the large laser. Twist. 7s. This is actually pretty good. We're going to dump on them and hope for the best. Use partial cover. Unfortunate. And then the Centurion. Nice solid shots here. Cool. We punch through the center torso and hit the engine on it. He's still on his feet. We do need to be a little bit careful about where we're standing now since the artillery is coming down on our heads. It could very well miss the intended target and strike us. The Orion, we're going to back him up. Get him out of there. This guy jumped, I believe. Yep, he did. He ran. So the Centurion's going to go like this. And the Phoenix Hawk is going to back up like this. You see the artillery just landing all over the place there. So it's another 9 to hit. That is 7 and 6 and 7. That's going to overheat me. But I think it's worth it with 7s and 6s and whatnot. And this Centurion is here because he gets a... Actually, I'm going to fire up that way. No. Yeah, he's going to fire up that way. And that's all he's going to do. Because I feel like this Hermes is going to get hit pretty hard here. And I don't want him to actually fall over. This lets me kick him. And I can possibly kick him in the head and get that sweet, sweet salvage. Kicked him in the head. Hit the life support instead of the cockpit. Unfortunately for us, this is a habitable world, so the loss of the life support doesn't kill him outright. If this were in an inhospitable world with like no air or something like that, that would just kill him. So we're gonna run up here. Gives us a +2. The Orion's going to waddle over here with his current heat situation. He's gonna be easier to hit. Gosh, yeah, he's gonna be easier to hit, but okay. The Hermes is running away, so we need to try to take him out if we can before he can actually flee the battlefield. So we're gonna dump what we can on him, even if it means some overheating. I'm gonna hold off on the Orion for now. I don't want him to get that hot. Done. And what's 12 for the LRM? I'm gonna go for it. It's a low percentage to hit. Hit him in the engine. Right arm. He's still on his feet. I pretty much have to kick him here, otherwise he's going to escape. If I can't destroy him somehow. Kicked him in the head again. Beautiful. Yep, he's pure salvage now. I think we lost initiative. What is that? My Centurion? Just going to walk that way. Phoenix Hawk's going to go like this. No, he's overheating. I'm going to jump him up here. We're going to back up the Orion. Yeah, we can back him up like this, get at least a little bit of movement modifier out of him, then go like this with the Vulcan. And we got some overlapping fields of fire here to protect each other. Protect. Is that him in there? Where did he go? Oh, he went behind the Orion. Okay. Now we can twist and get the right arm on him. I'm extremely overheated at this point on the Phoenix Hawks. We're going to skip firing on him, let him recover for a turn. We're going to twist. Oops. We're going to fire. And on 6s, we're just going to unload on them, even though that's going to overheat the Orion quite a bit. And then the Centurion also has pretty good shots. We're hitting that Phoenix Hawk pretty hard in the right torso. That's the same thing that happened to our Phoenix Hawk, was that right torso getting pummeled. Oh, we lost initiative again. All right, well, nothing you can do about that sometimes. We're going to get artillery coming down. So we're going to go like this. We're going to keep backing up the Orion. Then the Vulcan's also going to back up. We're essentially, I keep saying essentially, we're basically just trying to cover everyone's backs. Well, yeah, we had some scatter, so I took some scatter damage from artillery. Fire. You can twist on 4s. We're going to overheat a little bit. We're going to stay at 7 heat. And then the Centurion might be able to land a nice solid hit with that EC10. The LRMs need 8s. That's pretty decent, just above average. I'm hitting skip every time instead of shoot, instead of fire. Well, that Phoenix Hawk is down. He took a gyro hit there. What we might do, he had his torso get blown off, so he's going to be missing an arm. So what we probably going to do is back up a little bit like this and let him try to stand up. We're going to get the Orion out of there. We're going to get the Vulcan out of here. And the Centurion. And he's on his feet. Nope. Is he? What's going on here? No, he's still prone. So we'll let him keep trying to get up and hopefully knock himself out. And then we'll, the mech is actually it counts as being crippled, but it's not immobilized yet. So we can't claim it as salvage. Can't quite claim it as salvage. Yep, he's done. Okay, it's done. Skip. That's it. So we have a victory here. We get some salvage out of the job. We're not going to save a summary of it. We did control the battlefield. Our mechs are pretty much undamaged. We got some armor damage. Let's see here. We're going to do sold and sold to the employer. Just get some cash out of this job. We don't want a Hermes. Another Phoenix Hawk would be cool. That Phoenix Hawk is trashed. Phoenix Hawk was killed by the Orion, right? I think so. They have withdrawn, so we get a scenario victory point, but not a campaign victory point. There is a difference. We advance a day. We're going to go in here to the repair bay, mass repair everything. The Orion just needs some armor done. We have some pieces here that need to, sorry, we need some legs here to get all these units up and running. All right, let's deploy our scout. Let's deploy the scout. There's a covert strike mission. Advance a day. Time for an employee turnover check. No one wants to leave. Our employer has a delivery ready for us, but they can expand it if we supply our own transports. They need 16 tons. We have 32. So we will accept that. We'll take a balanced shipment, which will give us 80 points of armor, 1 heat sink, a 40-ton mech head, a couple of mech heads, 40 and 60 tons, and a 50-ton mech head, some sensors, another mech head. So lots of mech heads. That's actually kind of cool if we get it. Looked like we did. Okay, we have a covert strike here. I don't know what that is. Eliminate VIP behind enemy lines. Hot Hills Dry. Well, let's do that. We'll send in repair bay. Yeah, we'll send in Baker Lance again. Let's see. For the month, we've had some deductions. About 300,000 essentially. Gosh, why do I keep saying that? Oh, jeez. The parts availability for the next month will be 1 level lower due to a special event, logistics failure. Take a look at the unit market while we're here. We're at 27 million right now. Scorpion light tank is one of the cheapest, but it's also one of the least useful units for us. There's a Thunderbolt on the black market. Would love to get that, but it is the black market. There's a good chance we would never actually receive it. Do we want another Ostrich? We do not. We're currently trying to rebuild one. You know what? A Wasp actually wouldn't be too bad. Can we get one with the machine guns? Small flamer and small laser? I do like that. It's 48 armor, 696. So it trades out the SRM for a flamer and some small lasers. You know what? We're gonna hang on a commando. Oh, I like commandos too. And a scorpion? That's not terrible. I do like me some commandos. They have they have no armor to speak of. It's only 6'9". You know what? Let's stick with this wasp idea. We're gonna purchase that, and it will be delivered in 28 days. That's so much better than 120. At least we have a shot at using it. Okay. Area of operations. We're gonna deploy the scouts. That mission still hasn't appeared, so let's just drop in on them with Baker Lance. We're gonna commit to it. Go to the briefing room. That happens today, actually, the 1st. Hot Hills Dry. I wonder what the star means there beside that. Let's see. We have to eliminate a high value target deep behind enemy lines. It's heavily guarded. The enemy will control the battlefield, but our only job is to kill the VIP and the mission's done. Let's do it. We have the Phoenix Hawk and the Vulcan that can run in there and get in close enough to kill a VIP, hopefully. We're not let's see, just hit done. Not looking at I'm not looking at all this stuff. I'm looking up here right now. And hit done. There we go. So very interesting map. Is this that's up for what are they trying to escape? It just says kill them by any means necessary. All right, well, let's put down the Orion first to get some attention. What is that, a Griffin? Yes. So the Orion can go here. And then this is a Orion. That's an Op 4. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to put the Centurion down here to back up the Orion. Maybe we'll put it behind like this hill here, give them some partial cover. This is a Crusader Op 4. We're going to put the Phoenix Hawk down here where you can maybe. Oh, geez, look at all these enemies. This is such a small map, too. All right, so the VIP has 1,600 battle value. That's a pretty big mech. It's going to be one of these. It's an awesome. That's going to be so hard to kill. And their pilots are fairly average. The Crusader's not great. Okay, well, that is the mission. Gotta get down there. Gotta get close. I think I'm going to use the Vulcan as a distraction down this way. What is that? Is it an Orion? It is. Yeah, we're gonna use the Vulcan as a distraction down this way to hopefully keep some mechs up here away from the VIP. It looks like it worked to an extent. So the rifleman doesn't have a whole lot of armor, but it's still like such a distraction. The Griffin has better armor than the Orion in some places. But the question is, can we focus everything on the awesome, or do we try to knock down something here first? Nines, nines, 10. Let's start shooting at the awesome now. Twist. 7, 8, 6. Good numbers. Not bad at all. And this little Vulcan down here is maybe I can fire off an AC down that way. There's nothing else I can really hurt. This Crusader, not really that much of a threat, but I'll shoot at it just maybe I can get his attention. Okay. Taking some hits from the rifleman. Almost got headshot by some LRMs. Alright, at least we know where the awesome's going to be this turn. So we're going to jump the Vulcan here. Try to keep their attention up that way if we can. I could jump the Phoenix Hawk. I could run the Phoenix Hawk here. That would I would be kickable by the Griffin. But I'd be pretty close to that awesome. We're going to do it. Okay, he didn't go for the high kick to the head. His mistake. We've seen how effective those head kicks can be from elevated positions. And the Orion's just gonna go like this, I think. Start trying to close in. That Phoenix Hawk can twist. Nah, he's gonna focus on this awesome. Awesome's easier to hit anyhow. So we'll go with a large laser and both machine guns and one medium. We're going to keep firing at the awesome. Puts me at 14 heat. And I got some back shots at this Orion, but it's not going to do a whole lot. But I might as well. And then we got the Centurion with good shots here on this rifleman, oddly enough. Like, I get nothing in exchange for killing other mechs. But if I can knock them down or do enough damage that when I start doing melee, like it'll be worth it. Like it's a little investment essentially of our jeez, a little investment of our time. Going to jump over here, put the Vulcan out in the open a bit. What are we gonna do with this Phoenix Hawk? We're gonna back up the Centurion 3 hexes to give him a movement modifier. We're gonna jump the Phoenix Hawk over here into the rear arc of the Crusader. And then the Orion can go into the back arc of the Awesome. And I can still shoot at the awesome with the Phoenix Hawk into the rear. It's going to build up some heat, and it'll still let me some kicking as well. Fire, fire. I'm going to be slowing myself down a little bit, but it's worth it to get those back hits in. Let's fire the AC-2 from all the way in the back. That rifleman just showed his back to me. I mean, that could be a very easy kill if I hit him. Or I could hit sevens on the awesome. So we're going to do sevens instead and hope for the best here. Okay, the Vulcan's still eating up shots from the enemy Orion. Okay, we're going to kick. We're going to kick. Oh, how can I miss a kick? Need a 3, roll a 2, need a 7, roll 6. All right, that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. We have the initiative this turn. The Vulcan, poor little Vulcan's just going to run all the way up here. The Centurion is going to march here. That puts me 6 hexes away from his rear with LRMs, which is pretty good. Still going to be a -1 to hit due to the... Okay, I can't run into that. I can run here and turn. That puts... the Phoenix Hawk will jump first into this hex and face the awesome. And then the Orion will go like that. It'll give me 2 kicks on the awesome. We're going to fire 1 medium laser and some machine guns. We're going to fire the AC-10 and SRMs. We're going to put everything we can here into them. Twist. Well, it's not necessary. He's in my front arc, but it is just nice to kind of aim that way. All right, done. Awesome's taking a lot of damage. He's still on his feet, which means he's going to eat 2 kicks, hopefully some head kicks here. So he just punched me in my leg. I kicked him in the right arm. He's only got 2 armor remaining on that right arm. Fair enough. The VIP is still alive. All right, the Vulcan is going to run up here like that. The Centurion is going to go like this. The Phoenix Hawk is going to do just a little puddle jump here to get into the rear of the Rifleman, and then the poor Centurion will be having his back exposed. All right, am I? No, I'm not going to shoot into the rear of that. We're going to keep focusing on the awesome as long as we can. We're eating lots of damage, like the Orion in particular is just eating tons of damage. I'm getting a little bit worried with all the ammo he has. So we're going to overheat because we're still in the rear arc. We're still just trying to score any kind of damage we can. 6. We won't overheat. When I say overheat, I mean go 5 or above. We're still in the red. All right, the Orion just took a head hit. Phoenix Hawk almost took a head hit. All right, the Awesome's still on his feet. So what can we do here? We can kick the Centurion, possibly in the head. We can kick the Awesome, potentially in the head. We can throw a punch at this guy. Oh, this Awesome is a zombie. Yeah, caramba, it's got no ammo to hit. Hmm. We're gonna back the Vulcan up a little bit, maybe. So we're gonna back him up like this. We're going to move the Centurion like this. Nope. There's a forest there that the Orion is in. We're going to jump the Phoenix Hawk. What's the movement profile look on this? He's still there. So we're going to jump over here. Turn to face. We're going to move the Centurion up like that. The Orion. He's still alive. We're not going to get any kicks in this round, but I am going to I'm going to stay still with him. He gets a +1 for being in the forest. So it's as if he walked somewhere. Done. Let's fire the little. We'll fire the Vulcan later. Let's see. Currently at 6 heat. We're going to fire SRMs in there. Hope for a critical hit of some kind. We're still shooting into his rear arc. I mean, he can't have. Yeah, he's missing a lot of armor on his rear. So we're just gonna fire. Now let's hold off on the LRMs. Fire and go. Looks like we scored a head hit with an AC-10. And the Awesome finally goes down. This is ugly. The Vulcan's going to scoot up here. The Orion, I don't even know, can back up like this. Get chased by the Griffin. I really don't want to get kicked in the head by that Griffin. That would be horrendous. We're going to jump to the other side of the Awesome. And this Centurion's just gonna stay still. I'm gonna take 2 kicks, really. Hopefully my Orion takes enough damage that he falls over. Done. And fire some SRMs. This is so ugly. My poor Orion's gonna get his head kicked. Yes, he fell over. Good. Cool. Yeah, he took a gyro hit, which means he's still mobile. I can I not kick? Why couldn't I kick there? Oh no, Centurion's gonna skip movement. Phoenix Saw or Vulcan's going to jump over here. The P-Hawk is going to. It's risky, but he could just stay still. P-Hawk's going to stay still, draw some fire, and we're going to turn the Orion that way so I can prop and fire. All right. So we're gonna Alpha Strike with the Phoenix Hawk. We're going to hit everything we can with the Orion. He's overheating. Actually, you're gonna hold off on the LRMs. Done. Vulcan. And then the Centurion. Done. Awesome is destroyed. We just have to survive this round of kicks. We have survived. That's it. VIP is gone. Enemy retreats. Oops. Enemy retreats. VIP is slain. And all of our units are mobile. The enemy always retains battlefield control, so we do not declare our sides as victory. Uh, we're not well. We're not crippled because we took a gyro hit, but we're still able to get up and go. Really, I should probably play those kinds of scenarios out sometimes, where it's like, hey, the Orion gets up and leaves basically, and then everything else jumps around for a turn or two, drawing fire. But that's really it. Like I just go to the board edge, and that's it. Would have taken another couple of turns. So maybe in the future I'll just play that stuff out. I don't know. Phoenix Hawk claims the kill. Finished. Issue an award for taking wounds. This is our good pilot here, so we put them in the hands of our best doctor. We check our repair bay. Advance a day. The Orion. We need to repair the gyro so that a veteran can do that pretty well. But we're going to leave it up to the elite tech. We'll let a veteran fix the engine hit. And then everything else, I think we're just good to go on a mass repair. Briefing room, area of operations, we're pretty good to go here. All right, yep. That is the end of that mission. That was not a turning point. So we do have one campaign. Was that a turning point mission? I don't think no, it wasn't. We have one campaign victory point. We're technically winning right now, but we're gonna hang around a little bit longer to secure some more victories and hopefully some more victories and some salvage. But that's it for this episode. Again, in the future, I think I might play a little bit those out a little bit more if it's obvious that like I have a unit like the Orion that might be a little bit harder to get it off the battlefield. Um, but we'll see. I just you see how long these battles can take to play out sometimes. I just don't want them to get too tedious and people just skip through and not want to watch or something. That's what I'm avoiding. Like a lot of these changes I'm making, like making it so that when we order something, Like for example, what did we buy? We just bought a Mac. I can't remember what it was. The Wasp. When we bought the Wasp, it would have taken like 120 days to get here or something, and now it takes 28, which is just way better. Like it's more fun this way. Just look at all this stuff we still have on the way from the very beginning of the campaign, like the mobile canteen. Like it's hang on, we can take this out of mothballs, the prime mover. So we'll activate it. We'll advance a day. We will hire a minimum complement of crew for it, and we'll give them a green technician, or I guess a regular technician, because we don't have any green mechanics. And then we can go over here and assign it to the convoy. And then check the hangar here. We have no mechs that are undamaged right now that are not assigned to a force. That's up here, up top. And as they start coming out of repair, eventually, as they come out of repair, they'll go back into the roster. But for now, we've got a pilot who's pretty injured. Okay. Anyway, I said that was it. We're gonna save the campaign. I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.